Seedify.fund. So Seedify.fund is doing some pretty good stuff, to be fair. They've the games that they've launched across the board have done pretty damn well. They're starting to get some of them are starting to get decent usage in terms of price appreciation. You know, people that are getting in on them through Seedify are making good money as well. You know, some of them are having pretty nice pumps. So we'll take a look at what Seedify can do, because gaming has to have another boom, and Seedify could be at the forefront of that. Before I get into that though, guys, if you're new here, or even a returning viewer and you can't remember what this spreadsheet is, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. And in the videos I showed everyone that I was buying up all of these coins because I expected them to just ramp up in price. And you can see what the prices of all these coins were when I released my videos. And the highs that these coins hit less than a year and a half on, it was about 17 months, 16 months for some. And what the profit would have been if you'd thrown $100 into each one. And if you had just thrown $100 into every single one when I released the videos, and then sat on them, ignored them, not even paid attention to them for a year and a half, and then jumped onto your, whatever your exchange was, and jumped onto your wallet and sold them all, the $100 into each would have netted you a profit of over 123 grand, which is pretty good. Now, I bought all of these, you know, I was showing that in the videos, I sold all of these, and then we had the market crash, and since the market crash I've been buying up coins that I think are ones that can do the sort of gains that I was talking about with a lot of these. You know, when I was talking about Phantom, you know, my whole premise of Phantom was it will 100x or more. Nearly did 700 times gains from when I found it. Now, when I find a coin like that, I jump onto my website, which is copymycrypto.com, and I tell the members about it. So what I'll do is I'll jump on and I'll tell the members I found this coin. I think it can do 40 gains, 50 gains, 100x gains, whatever it is. And I'll tell them if I'm buying it. If I'm buying it, I'll tell them what percentage of my money I'm putting in as well, so they can copy along. This literally removes all of the work for the members. They don't have to read white papers. They don't have to learn about new technologies or anything like that. They can literally just copy along to my exact portfolio, and it removes all the work for them. Now, if that sounds good to you, saving thousands of hours of time instead of diving into the markets, then head over to copymycrypto.com and just check out the site. On the site, you'll see everything I've said in the past and what happened. It's all public record, so you can verify everything that you see. And if you like what you see, guys, you should join me there. All right, let's talk Seedify. So, Seedify had pretty good damn gains in the first bull cycle. You know, dropped to as low as 30 cents before running all the way up to about $16. In fact, I think it hit a little higher than that. All-time high, $16.77, so that's pretty good. Now, it is a launch pad. Now, launch pads are just a new iteration of things we've seen before. You know, we saw ICOs back in 2016, 2017. They were very profitable. Then over 2021, we started seeing launch pads, and they started as, you know, effectively new versions of ICOs. Then we saw IDOs, IEOs, IG, and Seed Fund is an IGO, effectively. It's an initial game offering. But they also have INOs, which are initial NFT offerings, and IMOs, which are initial metaverse offerings. So the focus of Seedify is a blockchain-based incubator project. So the goal is to basically support good projects that are trying to launch, you know, a blockchain game. And if you get in early, you are one of the beneficiaries of getting in early. So its ecosystem includes an NFT launchpad, a gaming launchpad, a metaverse launchpad, along with the industry's first gaming and metaverse asset-centric NFT marketplace called Seedify NFT Space. So obviously, it is, because it's a launchpad, it works via tiered allocation. The more Seedify you hold, the greater allocation you can get into upcoming projects. And Seedify is aiming to basically try and change the way in which blockchain gaming can, get going, really. And when we look at what's happened on Seedify, as you can see, they've got the IGO launchpad, they've got the NFT launchpad, they've got staking and farming, because obviously you've got to hold your Seedify. So the IGO launchpad, you can see some of the completed pools. They're all selling out as well. They're not, none of them really are struggling to sell out. There were 6,000 plus participants that got, that spent across the board 450 grand on Chappies, which is going to be community engagement and growth whilst rewarding the value. Chat to earn, so proprietary chat to earn system. You've got Open Fabric AI that raised 600 grand, 3,000 people participated. You've got Club Coin that raised 237 grand, and that had 6,000 entrants. You can see that these coins are, they're raising really good funds to really push forward. Sophiaverse, so they've, fair play. And they've actually shifted. They've got a lot more AI stuff here than they had previously. Obviously, AI is the current fad, so everyone's getting a bit excited about AI. Then you've got the NFT launchpad. So you've seen Mounts Set was one of the first INOs that came out. Looks like it's the only one, to be fair. Seedify Avatar set as well. So that was created by Seedify's Meta Studios. Then you've got the staking. So stake or farm your SFUNDs to join the best IDOs. So you do have to stake. So you can decide how you wanted to do it. Say you got 1,000 Seedify and you want to lock it up for 180 days. You can see, APR 7%, and it changes. Obviously, the longer you lock it, the better APR you're going to get. But what that also means as well is, you get the opportunity to get in on some of these projects. And again, when we go back to here and we just look through some of the completed pools, we can probably check out some of these. So Cogito protocol is a stable coin uncorrelated to fiat. Right? You've got Sophiaverse, Orbify AI. So we can have a look at Orbify AI, see if that's knocking about here. Oh, right. Let's have a look. Orbify. There you go. So this is currently 3/4 cent. So it launched at 3.5 cents. So what was the entry point? $1 was the equivalent of 125 OBI. So that price point would be what? Doing that kind of maths in my head is a little trickier. I think it'd be 0.8 cents, right? Yeah, 0.8 cents. So right now, it's lower than the entry point. But again, you got to look at how the allocations work. So you've got maximum allocation people could put in was $2,000. Then the question would be, I suppose, so that's phase 1, phase 2, still the same thing, total supply. Now, the only thing I can't see is vesting period. Now, vesting period is important, but even if it was, say 90% of it was vested, but you got 10% at the token release. Remember, it launched at 3.5 cents. So if you sold your 10% for 3.5 cents, you can work out that basically, what was it, 3.5? So 0.35 divided by 0.88. So you're making a 4x straight off the bat. So even if you only got 10% and you sold that 10%, you've got 40% of your money back straight off the bat. And then you've still got 60% of your money still in, but that would be released on a monthly basis. You know, that's usually how it works. It's a linear vesting period where it might be like every project's different. Some go 10% every month, some go 5% every month, but you'd get your money back before it hits these lows. So again, very interesting. Like launchpads in and of themselves are just an interesting way to sort of try and accrue some solid money. And again, you know, if any of these end up launching and doing incredibly well, you're pretty much going to be sorted. So like Elder Rune. So let's have a look at Elder Rune. So Elder Rune was basically launching at what's that? 3 cents per coin? Not quite. No, 1.5 cents per coin, isn't it? So yeah, that would be 1.5 cents per coin, right? And let's have a look again. We'll just open it up. We'll see if there's got anything about vesting period. So Elder Rune. So right, it's a lot less now. A lot less. And there's no volume, well, very little volume coming through. But again, yeah, so that didn't launch well. So again, here's the risks with, like, you can see that there are substantial risks as well with using a launch pad if you're looking for quick money, because quick money isn't necessarily that easy. But, you know, Elder's going to be launching, like, this game is going to be launching a game on Play Store soon. So in theory, this could do very, very well once it does that. So I suppose picking the projects is going to be important. But here's one thing that's just true of Seedify. Since Seedify have been up and running, why has it done that? That's annoying. Since Seedify have been up and running, I mean, if we just look at the most recent IDOs once again, IDOs, whatever. Why is it doing this? Right, there we go. Fine, much better. Right, so even if we just look at, they're all selling out. There is absolutely a clamoring to get in early on projects, and Seedify have really capitalized. Their community participate in this all the time. So that's really damn bullish for Seedify long term. Because no one's sort of being dissuaded even when a project starts dropping. It's just a case of, okay, that didn't work, try again. So the community is so damn active. This, to me, seems like it's still going to do very, very well. Only, I suppose, concerns would be 47 million tokens still have to be released. However, you know, realistically, that's going to be done over the course of time through staking and stuff. Yes, some of the early investors are going to start being able to sell them sooner or later. I still think this can run up to $10. I really, really do. Because the thing is people are still getting in on these launch pads. People still want to participate, even when a coin doesn't do very well. You know, they're trying again and again and again and again. Because if you get the right one that does 1000x, happy days. And there will be coins in the next bull cycle that do 1000x. And the earlier you're invested into a project, the better chance you've got of making that kind of profit. It's just unlikely. And you can't be hanging your hopes on making 1000x. But Seedify's community is still so active. They're so heavy into these launch pads. You know, the fact that none of these projects are missing their target bodes really well. So I think Seedify can still do $10. Do I think it hits $1 billion market cap? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Purely because I think there's going to be more money flowing into just projects in general than a launch pad. But maybe. I mean, look, it's been through one bull cycle, so we don't know if it's in an uptrend or downtrend right now. Could it hit $20? In theory, it could. It absolutely could. But I would be looking at $10. That's where most of the volume was in the last bull cycle. So, yeah. But let me know what you guys think. Are you a big fan of launch pads in general? Do you try them? Do you like them? Let me know as well. If you've used Seedify's launch pad, how do you find it? Is it simple? Is it easy to use? Do you enjoy it? Do you like the sort of risk-reward ratio that you're dealing with? Let me know in the comments. And guys, if you just want to take the work out of your crypto investing, if you want to stop having to dive into charts, dive into markets, dive into white papers, then you can do. You can just head over to copymycrypto.com and check out that site. That is the site I run where I share with all the members every single thing I'm doing. Anytime I find a coin that I think can pump up nicely, whether it's a 40x, a 50x, a 100x, I get in on it. And what that means is the members do too. They can copy along. They don't have to think about anything. They don't have to read white papers. They don't have to do any research whatsoever. Now, head over to copymycrypto.com and just take a look at the site. You'll see what the members have earned since being there. You'll see what I've said in the past and what ended up happening. Everything on the site is public record, so you can verify everything that you read. And if you like what you see, guys, join me there. And that is it from me. Have a good day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.